Yeah, Barrio Boyz TV, what up? About to add some people in here. Let's get this shit going. How's everybody doing? Well, there's nobody here. Yeah, let me add some people. What up? What up, James? What up, Anthony? We got special guest Dolly Girl tonight. My co-host James in here. What's up, dog? We got the legendary Dolly Girl coming up. Dolly Girl going out. She said she's ready. What up? What's cracking, dog?
What's up? What's up? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear me. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, she said she's ready. Let's do it.
All right, let me add it real quick. All right, for sure. Mm-hmm.
You don't hear nothing weird in my background or nothing?
It's a little like a kind of like a little fan, fool.
It is actually a little fanful.
Nah, is that your biggest fan or what?
There you go. I
Just a
turned
little
it
fan.
on. Nah, it's just fucking hot in here, bro.
I feel it. Yeah, Dolly Girl in the house. Yeah, hip hop podcast in the house. What's up? Hey, what up? What up? What's up, Dolly Girl? How you doing tonight?
I'm good. What is good? How you doing?
We're doing good. Just first and foremost, just want to tell you we appreciate your time. Appreciate you, spend a little bit of time, chop it up with us right here on Barrio Boyz. And shout out to everybody that's tuning in right now.
I'm
Really
sure
appreciate
that's
it.
what's up. Thank you.
Hell,
Thank you for the invite.
hell yeah. No, you're a legend for sure. For sure. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank
No,
you.
for real. No, we've interviewed, quite a bit of people. So, but we appreciate, especially being a female artist in Chicano rap, you're definitely a legend, and we appreciate your work for sure.
I really appreciate the recognition because a lot of people don't see that. You feel
Yeah,
me? A lot of people don't see that, and it's like, okay, whatever, but I really appreciate that when people do recognize my hard work, especially as long as I've been in this game.
yeah, for sure. Actually, let's take it back a little bit, back to that
Okay.
time. When exactly? I know. I want to say it was like the early 2000s, maybe, or the mid 2000s when I kind of heard your name, being brought up. Is that around the same time that you started dropping stuff, or when was it when you actually started dropping music?
Yeah, actually, it started really, really quickly. I think I did my first mixtape, if not my first mixed songs, probably around 2002, early 2002. And right around that time, actually late 2001 to be specific. It was late 2001 when I first did my first demo, first song. And then I did a couple more tracks. And next thing you know, in 2002, I came across some amazing people. And in 2003, I worked on my first full album, and it pretty much took off from there.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, and it's crazy because that wasn't what I was trying to go for. You know what I mean? I had done a mixtape with a couple homies for one of their albums and songs, and they said, "Hey, you know what? Would you like to jump on the track?" And I'm just like, "Well, I've never done this before." And then I did a song, it got out there, and then my this homie named Doe Beezy, he's the one that approached me and said, "Hey, I know somebody. Let's go talk to him and see what's up." I met with Johnny U from Thick Skin Records, and he heard me and he was like, "Yo, like you're dope, like let's do an album."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Homie, I don't rap though." I go, "I don't rap, I don't know what you want me to do." But he's just like, "Let's have a meeting." We sat down, had a meeting, and when he said that, I was like, "I really don't know what you want me to do because I just write poetry. I write a lot in journals." But he pulled out a checkbook. He wrote me out some triple digit numbers. Actually,
Sheesh.
yeah, some big
Let's
numbers,
go.
like four numbers. And he was just like, "Let's do an album." I was like, "I got you."
Yeah.
And that's where
Hell
it
Yeah, for
yeah.
started
sure.
pretty much.
If you didn't know what you were doing back then, you knew for sure after that check came in. Huh?
Yes. When
Now,
that check came in, I was like, okay, I think I gotta put two and two together and make it happen.
yeah.
For
So
sure.
you said you were writing you said you were writing like poetry and stuff like that. Um, how can we go back a little bit more back? How did you start writing poetry and stuff? Was it like without actually thinking about writing music? Because you said that when the music came into your world, it wasn't really what you were pursuing, but you said you were already writing poetry. Like, how did that come about? Is it just like living? I'm not exactly. Where exactly do you come out of?
I'm out of Lincoln. I want to show you since you said that right now. Do I have it? Oh, I have it.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe I have this right in front of me too. Let's see, 1 second. Okay, so I'm out of East Side Lincoln Heights, born and raised.
So shout out.
I was an only child, right? I was an only child, and so being an only child, I used to write a lot of journals. Girls like to write their books and like what they went through that day and stuff like that. So and I started doing that. I did that, and let me show you just so you see. I can't believe I have this right now.
That's crazy.
Like I literally journals.
Oh
damn! Shit.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding when I tell you, I had a lot of writing.
Oh shit. So most of that writing just like just daily, or was it like a little mix of daily and just like poetry?
Yeah, it's just daily, and I'm talking about big chunks. And this one is 1991, 1992. How I wrote it there too. Look.
Oh shit!
Damn, that was before I was born. No,
it wasn't before I was.
I've never shown this to anybody. It's like the first time I show anybody. So look, this is a bigger book. I mean,
that's bad.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I used to do some shit. Like, this is how much I used to write. Like, no shit. But you know what? I'm gonna Tyson this one more book. But I'm gonna Tyson this. I think kept me from maybe trying to hurt myself in any matter. You know what I'm saying? I was an only child. I really didn't talk to many people. I mean, I knew a lot of acquaintances, but when it came down to like real serious issues, it's not like you're a teenager. It's not like you can open up to your parents for everything sometimes, So I would write everything down, literally, and like I said, a lot of time in my room, just writing, and that's what I did. And so when the opportunity came to put my journal in music, I was like, yo, snap, this is dope. Babe, put trash. This is dope. Like, I'm going to put my stuff out there and then people are going to hear it. And at that time, I wasn't trying to, like, set an example or try to do it for somebody else who could relate. I just wanted to put it out there for myself. And when I started hearing people could relate to it, I was just like, wow, I'm not alone. You know what I mean? And that just put a spark in me. And next thing you know, I did a whole album. I was like, what?
So speaking on relatability, us as artists, we always get influenced by the artists we listen to because of the relatability. So that follows up with my next question. Who are your influences then? So you were kind of coursed into being an artist, but before you started rapping, I'm sure there was people you listened to.
We talk about MC Lyte, Queen Latifah.
Okay.
All the big heavy hitters. Yes, all of them. And then that's right when I crossed over into Chicano rap, when I first heard Slow Pain and JV. Blew my mind. They're Mexican, and I'm just like, they're doing this. I'm like, wow. Because I was a very young child. My dad put me in a lot of talent shows. So I was known for always being in talent shows, just dancing and lip singing or singing other people's songs.
Yeah.
So going on stage was already easy for me, So they definitely took a big influence. But I used to listen to a lot of Yo MTV rap, like consistently, Digital Underground, and like I said, like the heavy hitters, And I knew all the songs, and that was just my thing. So every time we had talent shows, I always did hip hop.
Okay. So speaking on the transition in Chicano rap, I got this bulletin right here, and I swear to God, you're going down.
That's
the bulletin.
fine.
You're going down the bulletin without me even going down the bulletin. That's awesome. So speaking on Chicano rap and like Hispanic rappers, Latino rappers, and shit like that, artists. So who was like more influential to you as an artist? So that kind of blew your mind listening to those guys. Like were there other people that you listened to, and like what's your opinion of like the Chicano rap back then in the late 90s, early 2000s to what it is today with those influences and comparisons?
It's a whole different thing. Like back then, it blew my mind, just the fact that I was listening to music of people that I could relate to what I was going through. Like I said, I was an only child, so I didn't have, my parents didn't gang bang. My family doesn't gang bang. Nobody was in the streets. I grew up right near a park. So all the homies and little homegirls were there. So we all started, park time free things there, so we get into trouble. We started doing things, and I started hanging out with gang members and all this stuff. So when I just took a big, I don't know why, a liking to that lifestyle. And it became a part of me, like real pretty deep. So when I started hearing the whole street rap, Chicano rap, and I was like, what? Like, yo, they're talking about stuff that I go through, things that I could talk about, the hustle, the late nights, the drinking, the fighting, the GTA, and like, I'm like, wow, like, this is my shit, and literally Old Town Mafia was all that. There was Sal Capone, Little Demon, Seven, Slow Pain, and all their stories they put out there, I could put myself in their shoes, but in the female point of view, And I was like, this is epic. This is hella sick. So that's how I started writing on that other stuff. That's when I started venting my grind and my crazy, being in the street and stuff. My first album was active as fuck. I go back and I'm like, damn.
Banging on breakfast, like that.
So talking about those artists, I noticed that you worked with Midget Loco a lot, correct?
Yeah.
And so, can you tell me how that came about? Are you still banging music? Were you still banging music? Like,
no, I left still banging music a few years back, and that's only because there was so much of Dolly Girl and not too much of still banging as a group. People wanted me separately, individually. So it was there would be times where things would, like, dates would collide, stuff like that. So I said, you know what, let's just keep doing music, but I gotta do Dolly Girl, I gotta concentrate myself and make this happen, because I'm getting a lot of stuff where I can't take other people with me. Sometimes promoters could only fly one person out, not both people, and there were several times that I went to Japan and they only flew me out, you know what I mean? So stuff like that. But I was still banging their family, their homies, Young Brown, Toro, he's busted, he's doing really well. Midget, like, that's the homie right there. JB, all of them, like, I'm cool with everybody still. And I mean, actually, we do hopefully have a song in the making. I'm waiting for them to get back at me. The homie Lyric's supposed to be doing the next beat for me, and I do have a song with Lyric, Midget, and Young Brown on this next track that we're gonna work on. So I'm family. That'll be family.
Yeah, no, I noticed that the Still Banging Music family, I mean, they're deep. I butchered the name. Yogi says the best, obviously. The Potato movement. The homeboy Duran.
Duran. Shout out to Duran.
Killing it.
Oh yeah, no, they've been killing it. Midget's been able to. Shout out to Midget Loco for holding it down all these years and just spreading it. Where they're all over, and that's awesome. The fact that they've been around still all these years, independent label, just them, like, that's amazing.
Oh yeah. I wanna add something to that, James, real quick. I was actually, because you mentioned Japan, like, okay, to me that's fucking dope, and like, because I also, like you, grew up, on more African American rap, and then once Chicano rap came into my fucking, my world, it fucking, like, changed everything. To me, it was a little different because we're all over here in Washington and shit. We're based out of Washington, so like the first Chicano rappers I heard was like the San Diego, like, fucking, like, Mr. Shadow and, like, Little Rob, of course, Mr. Sancho, and stuff like that. So I felt like that, that blew my mind, and that's up here. But okay, we know how far Chicano rap has made it in this game, whatever. But, like, there's not a lot of artists that could really say, besides, like, the Chicano rap, that they actually got a fan base in Japan. Like, for it being, like, mostly based out of, like, California, like, and I just want to know, like, how was that experience, and did you trip out on it? Like, did you trip out? Because I've seen, like, documentaries on, like, fucking, like, how they talk about, like, the subcultures over there, how they got the lowrider subculture over there and shit in Japan. Like, was that a trip to you? And did you see any of that, like, personally? Like,
oh my goodness, not only did I see it, but I lived it with them every day. It was so amazing. Like, every club we went to had a Mexican flag. Everybody showed up dressed. And you know what? It's not to them when they wear and dress like us. Like, it's so much out of respect and honor. Like, they honor it. They honor our culture and what we've been through. Because literally, if they're not on another like politic level, they've never been through that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just the dress up, but they got so much love and respect for it. It blew my mind. It blew my mind, and they definitely. Oh my God, I'm just thinking of so much stuff. They definitely brought it. They had the cars all the lowriders lined up outside the club. They even have a place like King Taco out there. They do like they oh man, homie, they bring it so well. It's amazing. But they love it. They like I said, they respect it, they honor it so much. They hold it down. And I love going out there. I usually go there every 3 or 4 years. And like you said, they are definitely more into the old school original Chicano and Chicano rappers, the first ones that came out.
Yeah.
And they still hold them down and play their music. They listen to everybody. From the people, from my friends out there, they listen to everybody. And they support the movement, hands down. Anybody, it doesn't matter if you're good or bad or new or old. They support the whole movement, but they have more of support system for the OGs, because that's who they looked up to.
Yeah, because from what I've never been obviously out there, and fuck, I just think that's dope that you guys got a chance to be out there. My much respect, and that's
Thank
that's
you.
another notch on the belt for the for the raza right there.
Thank
For sure,
you.
but I just like I got lost in my thoughts. Yeah, I just find it so so cool that people over there are into that, and I feel like what it is, because I feel like they're into that like lowrider West Coast G-funk style, and like a lot. From what my take on it, I feel like that's why Chicano rap, or what they consider Chicano rap, you know what I mean? It's has that core of like that old school West Coast, like you still got the G-funk, like that lowrider culture pretty much. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just.
And real quick, since we're on that level, shout out to DJ Paco, shout out to DJ Satoru, shout out to DJ Vato and DJ Verde. They're like the best ones, man. They hold it down and always support the movement.
Oh yeah! If anybody from Japan listening to this shit, and maybe you guys speak English, Spanish, maybe we could find a medium, man. I'd be dope to fucking interview, because I would want to pick their brain to see how they even got how did the music end up over there in fucking Japan? Because this is not new. I feel like this is before the internet age. Because now
no,
from
what they tell me, what they tell me is all the old school rappers. From what they tell me, that's how they got into it. And they would be like, "Why is the movement dying? Like, well, what are these new rappers doing?" It's so funny. They're like, "Can it be bigger? Can it grow more?" Like they were always like, they didn't want to lose it.
I respectfully disagree. I don't believe that the culture is dying. I think that it's growing.
Now,
But there was a period of time that it was kind of like on the ropes.
That's when they were asking. There you go. That's what I meant to say back then, when it was kind of, because it's coming right back, and I noticed a transition between them as well. They were transitioning with the whole movement, even their style, and now that it's coming back in the whole old school era, the rebranding, as we could say, they are doing the same as well.
Yeah, no, because I mean, there's so many what's the Latin Beast TV is like the mecca right now for
huge.
huge
For
Chicano rap, and just anybody Latin, obviously. So, but I mean, they hold down a lot of artists. I mean, Carolyn Rodriguez has been on there. Conejo's been on there. I mean, there's been a lot of big artists on there. R.I.P. Stomper, he was on there.
Yeah.
A lot of big Chicano artists helped build that foundation, which is great. I mean, Barrio Boyz anticipates hopefully one day even hitting a fraction of that for what we
and you will.
Shout out to my homie Donnie Blanco's on there doing numbers.
Yeah.
Listen to my homie Donnie Blanco out of Toppenish 509.
Yeah,
my homie Vincent 509 on there too. So they're doing some good things on there. Shout out Latin Beast, man. Latin Beast good to the people.
Yeah, Danny Blanco, over 100,000 views on that Latin Beast, man. So he's from our area, so that's dope. So Yogi's gonna shoot me in the foot later. But I do want to ask this question. I'm gonna make it brief. Since
probably won't be the foot, motherfucker.
No, all jokes aside, I don't want to die on it, because I am kind of beating a dead horse with all of our guests. But since you're a person of prominent presence in the culture, and you, given your background, I just kind of want to bring it up, get your opinion. We'll move on. Artists that aren't from California, we don't have to pinpoint exactly who, are talking about being like the hardest essay ever and shit like that, but they don't speak Spanish. It's mostly like Black African American style kind of rap, but they're Mexican. And some of these guys are getting taunted and you know trolled, but they're getting a big fan base, and basically like they're getting called out for not truly being raza. You know what I mean? And so I mean, kind of want to get your opinion of that. As far as being called the hardest essay ever, self-proclaiming that, one, you're not from California, two, you're not an essay, and their defense in the defense that they claim to have is that this is Texas, anybody Mexican's an essay to them. What's your thoughts on that?
Wow. There's I can say so much, but like, look, I can say so much, but we don't want to make it long, so I'm gonna keep it short.
Right.
Honestly, at this point, it's okay. I stand by the G code. Number one, I stand by that. I respect the G code.
Right.
So you could already just imagine my thoughts on that.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
Secondly, at this point in lifetime, and with everything just going on, if you think you're the downest essay, then props to you, because at the end of the day, real recognize real, fake will recognize the fake. People will see right through you. There's no hiding it. If you're a G, you're a G. You ain't, you ain't. And I tell people sometimes, like, I don't do pictures with guns. I don't do my videos with guns. There's a time and place for all that. I don't think I need to show that. People who know me know what I'm about. They know I'm solid. I've kept it real out the fucking gate. I never had a fucking lie. And I think the reason, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I think the reason I am probably not where I should probably supposed to be, if I'm given that kind of level, is because I've kept it too fucking real.
I mean,
and I see that like from a lot of other rappers too that have kept, because I've noticed also, and I could be wrong, please correct me if I am, I've noticed people who fake it too damn hard are the ones that are the heavy hitters and getting all this.
So to touch on that, because I see where you're going with that. Again, I'll agree to agree, but I'm also going to disagree, because I think, and you can agree or disagree on this, I think the biggest issue with that, because I do consider you a legend, not just from your views, but who you've worked with and your body of work and this, that, and the third, right? But I also can see there's a big gap, and always has been up until recently, promotion of Chicano rap.
Yes.
So that is the problem. There's a reason why, Dolly Girl is not where she could and should be, and it could be on yourself. Most honestly, or the people who you were signed to or what have you. I've noticed that Chicano rap only ever had one group or one big artist at a time. Okay, so you had your Mr. Shadows, you had your little ones, then you had the high power era, then you had everybody. You know what I mean? Like, and that's something Yogi and I have talked about before. He says, when we started doing this, he's like, James, you need to do your homework, because I got introduced to the high power era. I'm very honest. And I love Mr. Criminal. I've worked with Mr. Criminal as an artist, as a promoter, whatever. Capone, worked with, whatever. That's what I got introduced to as, but there was so much more. I've interviewed Little One. We've interviewed Mr. Shadow, and they're just as big a legends as these guys, if not more, you know what I mean? As far as being founders of the culture. So I just feel, with that being said, without kissing too much ass, is that there just was a lot of, artists getting promoted the way that they should have, and I felt that you fell into that as far as that goes.
I did. No, you're right.
And I don't.
You're right.
No, you could be too real. I mean, look at DMX. DMX. I mean, he had issues too, because he wouldn't fake the funk. There's a lot of artists who fall into that. I could say Mr. Shadow being another artist who he was very real, very upfront, and may get some backlash. But you appreciate these people, and how we can appreciate yourself for being honest. Because when I buy your CD, when I listen to your music, I want to know that I'm listening to the real you, not the bullshit that you put on this record.
Right. Exactly.
So I think, aside from you being too real, I just think there was a large gap in promotion and organization within these artists.
Yeah, and that's completely true. Because I'm straight up, I've told everybody since besides the first album, right after that, to literally maybe the end of 2019.
Yeah.
It was all bullshit in the middle. And it wasn't my part because I worked my ass off and I did what I had to fucking do. It was everything behind the fucking scenes that fucking didn't come through for me, stole from me, like rejected me, fucking threw my shit under the bed, fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like all these fucking broken promises, all that shit. That was a big part of it. That's why I say I completely agree and understand. But the time, but at the moment when I was on a good point and shit was popping and there was a lot of open doors for me, a lot of people were slamming them on me for whatever fucking reason. And whatever, it is what it is. Because those are long stories. Fucking have a team, then it so be it. I have been blessed to have a good handful of people that have been helping me so far, you know?
Right.
And hopefully it stays like that because I feel like right now I'm in a good pattern. I just dropped the single de Mayo. I dropped another one on February 13th, and I'm working on my next one on September. So let's see how that goes now that I'm in charge.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I noticed that you've worked with a lot of big artists. Could you name a few that we haven't mentioned?
My favorite one that I worked on, I'm so happy because I've been listening to it since I was little. Is been on Bone Thugs. That was amazing.
I wanted to ask you about that. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
It was amazing to work with it. They were my favorite. I mean, I worked with Goldie Loc too, Roscoe. That was all amazing. Everybody I've worked with has been like the best. Just my favorite of everybody was definitely Bone Thugs.
And so how did that come about?
That was actually an awesome relationship that I had worked with at that time with through Frank Nitty. Frank Nitty made that possible.
Why he always keeps getting brought up in our interviews? We had to interview this guy, dude.
No, I've been trying to hit him up, but Mr. Shadow said that he was down. But Frank Nitty's I'm gonna say like the Forrest Gump of Chicano rap. He's like, he was always there.
He was always there.
He was the TK Kirkland of Chicano rap.
He networks. He has a great hustle network. Everywhere I went, he was there. How could I not know this guy or talk to him? You know. So me and him built a really good relationship. We worked on an amazing record where he got busy and lazy on the track with me.
That's dope.
And then when I did this record, I wanted to kind of like bring them back to 99, you know what I mean? And that was a feel-good song, and I got them right where I want. They sound just like they did back then on that track. And
I was bumping that shit earlier, and that's what I noticed, that it had that vibe, you know, that old school, that harmonizing, that fast rap. And like me, honestly, like I don't know who came first, the chicken or the egg, but I feel like the whole Bone Thugs, like they influence a lot of like that, like, cause there's like the Mr. Sancho flow, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like that harmonizing and rapping fast.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like it goes back to that. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Like I feel like that they have their similarities, and I think that's why we like. I don't know, maybe like them so much, because I've always been a big Bone Thugs fan. You know, you think Bone Thugs, everybody thinks Bone Thugs is from the West Coast, and they're like, no, they're from fucking Cleveland. Oh, shit.
I know.
Yeah. So what would you consider to be your biggest record?
Oh, no, I'm trying to think. Okay, just overall, my biggest record, it still is to this day, is Trust No Bitch.
Trust No Bitch.
That's I don't know how many views and oh my god streams. It's ridiculous how that song just doesn't die out. It's been out since 2004.
That's that title though. You got that title that I can relate to this shit.
That song's been top #1 stream, top #1 downloaded. It has 100 TikToks on it. It's like one of the best songs ever. Everybody just like keeps using. I look at my streams and like, this song just does not stop. It's crazy. And this song wasn't one. This song wasn't like something I wanted to be like, ooh, this gotta make it like big. It's gotta be like a single. No, it was just like, you know, an extra pocket song, you know.
Yeah.
And
that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy because that should be happening. Like I don't know, but like I feel like some people like the songs that they don't expect is the ones that ends up blowing up more.
That's the one.
Yeah, how you said about TikTok though, like when did you record this? Was it recently recorded or was it like something that came back into the TikTok era?
There's like maybe over 400 or 500 something videos of people just doing the intro on TikTok.
That's
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's true. I mean, because TikTok's the new thing. I mean, us as interviewers, podcasts, artists, whatever. YouTube's still our main thing, right? But
Yeah.
if you're popping on TikTok, you're gonna be popping everywhere. You know what I mean? These
Nah,
fucking
I heard Dolly Girl has a pretty good following on TikTok, right?
I,
So, so I heard.
I do promote a couple of my songs there, but I really use it so people could see another side of me, because I like to act. Honestly, acting was my love before music, you know? So I love to act, reenact things, and do improv. So I love it for that. And it's been really good to me, and people show me a lot of love there.
Have you got a chance to act in any movies, or have you got a chance to,
There's
or would
actually
you
a
act?
film,
Would you want to?
there's a film coming out later this year called Monstro, and it's gonna do really good. You'll hear more about it later, and I'm in and out of that movie, so it was a blessing to be a part of it, and I can't wait to see it.
Hell yeah! Did we just get a Barrio Boyz exclusive, or have you put it out there?
I'll get you guys all the info. I'll hook you guys up as soon as I find out all the info. I'll let you guys know.
Hell yeah.
For sure. Hell yeah.
So, one other thing I want to bring up: you have this new single out. You have the new video.
Yes.
Tell everybody what it is.
Yes, my new single called "I Like It," featuring Big Gemini, the homegirl Nikki Diaz, and produced and also feature the homie Big Ice from the UK.
That
Hell
record
yeah.
right there, that's the one. Because
Yes.
every artist we listen to, we go back, listen to them, stuff like that. But that was the one that catch my eye. I'm a very big Gemini fan. He was big back when I was in middle school. I'm 27, so when Hypnotized came out, I was, 6th, 7th grade.
Right.
So I mean that's that's my. There you go. But I can't say too much. I can't say too much. My wife will come in here and start singing. Anyways, so I want to know, how did that record come about? Because I mean, he's a mainstream artist. He's one of the first Chicano artists to get a mainstream record like that.
Yeah, Hypnotized. Yep.
You're an underground urban legend yourself, so to kind of collide both, you know what I mean? Like the mainstream and the I've been here and been doing it. Like how did that come about? And then the record itself sounds straight up like 2002, 2003. Feel good. We're drinking Modelo. We're smoking some weed.
Yes.
We're doing some passe and no fucking around. You know what I mean? Just kicking it.
Hey, salud.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna take a shot before we finish. Okay.
All right, let's go. Now
Okay,
you gotta finish the whole bottle before we finish.
Look, homie, I've done it before. Don't start.
Nah, he's like, don't test me, motherfucker. Nah,
Okay,
please
so
don't. I gotta work tomorrow.
Yeah, there we go. So my record. So like I said, Big Ice from the UK. We came across his page. I hit him up, like what's good, like what we talking business on some of your records, because he's known for producing a lot of Baby Bash's records. Like a good chunk of it. And he was like, "Oh, Dolly, like yeah, let's do something." So we came to an agreement, and he sent me some snippets, and I heard this beat, and I was like, I'm feeling something about this beat, and I'm feeling it, and I'm just sitting, and then it took me a little bit, let's say about a week, and within that week, I was like, I like it, I really, really, oh, I go, this is like High Five meets the Barge in one, the kissing game, and I like it, you know what I mean? So I put both, I wrote the hook with both hooks in one, pretty much. And I hit up my homegirl Nikki Diaz. I was like, Nikki, I got this amazing record. I already wrote the hook. Like, nail it for me, girl. Like, this is it. And she heard it, she loved it, and she brought it home. She brought it. Once she gave me that hook, I was like, okay, we got something good.
Yeah.
And originally, I did all 3 verses. And it was not that bad. And everybody was like, damn, this song. And then I was like, it needs something. I go, it's missing something. I was like, you know what? I need a feature. I think I need this needs a guy in it. It needs a guy to bring it also, for the girls and stuff. So I hit a Big Gem, and prior, me and Gem already have done a couple of shows together, stuff like that. So he was all aboard. He was like, no, let's do some music, do something when you're ready. So I hit him up. I was like, I got you, Gemini. I got the record. Let's do this. I showed him the record, like literally quick. He's like, call me right back, Dolly. This is a hit. This is a record. This is fire. Like, let me bless it. Let's do it. Cool. So he did it. I did my part. He brought it back to me, and it just sounded amazing. But I still wasn't happy with it. I was like, it's missing something. I was like, you know what? I gotta respit. Oh, let me tell you what. At this time, the time when I already had the record, I already had dropped Underpaid. And Underpaid, I brought it to a whole nother, like, just I evolved in it. You know what I'm saying? Compared to my other stuff, you know. So I go, I have to respit it. I can't put it out like this. Respit that, and I was with my boy Epidemic. What you I was with my boy Epidemic. He's like, no, Dolly, do it again, this, like that. And dude, like I literally sat on that record, worked with that record for a little over a year. But something about that record, it just had to be perfect. And right when I dropped it, yo, like it's been nonstop. It's been fire. It's been so fire. And LA Leakers, Big Easy's about to play starting this Sunday. So I'm hella happy. On Shade 45, like, yo, you know? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
yes, congrats. Congratulations.
One second.
She's going for the bottle, guys. Anyway, shout out to everybody on the live chat, man. Appreciate everybody. Haven't really got a chance to read the comments, but appreciate everybody tapping in. Shout out to the homies. Shout out to Kenny Blunt. Hell yeah, man. Hope everybody's having a good time. Make sure you guys subscribe, like the page. Check out Dolly.
Oh, we go. Okay, sorry about that.
Oh, you good?
But yeah, yo. So this record is fire. Shade 45 is gonna pick it up, and we got a couple other people looking at it. So I think it's definitely gonna make some noise very, very soon.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! Congratulations.
Do you have any?
Thank you.
Have any other, like, so you dropping an album? Any other big records you got planned? Like, what's the?
Well, that was the point. The point was I was supposed to drop an album in September, but I just kept coming up with these songs like, yo, we got to start dropping them. So, because my schedule is like, you know, so it's hard for me to really sit there and get all my time for an album as much as I want to. It's just so difficult, but I try to work with singles right now. But I do want to put an album out. I think it's the timing is coming up right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about to drop another new single sometime between now and October. So.
Okay, is that going to be a solo? Do you anticipate having somebody else on the record? What's your idea for
I think this is gonna be me. This is definitely gonna be me. I'm gonna do a solo one, and watch out, baby. I'm gonna do a solo one, and let's see how that goes.
Okay.
But
are you dropping videos to all of them, or just solos?
Well, like I said, I'm planning on an album, but just give or take how my time frame is.
Yeah.
If I start taking kind of long, I'm just gonna drop a single. You know what I mean? I don't want that gap to happen again, like you were saying. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want to see now that I'm my own boss and I'm calling the shots, to see what I can make happen. But I definitely don't want to make that gap. I feel if I do bring that gap, it's gonna probably take me a step back. And I think I've worked really hard to.
No, absolutely. And in no way am I trying to say like you don't know this, but just to reiterate, I think. Especially with someone of your stature, I think once you feel like this record that's out now currently has kind of done its course for you, I think like in this day and age, I feel like every 2 months is a good time to drop a video.
Right.
I feel like, again, you know, budgets are a thing and things like that, and music videos are always best. I mean, I love
visuals.
Video. You know, I love the music video. It was pieced together very well.
Thank you.
And I just think that if you continue on that, not only are you going to be able to regenerate what you had, which not saying that you haven't, but have that fan base, right? And then get these new viewers, because I mean, we're from Yakima, Washington State, just so we have that understanding, not DC. You know, and so the Northwest is very influenced on Cali culture, anyways.
Right.
Obviously, but just no, I think, I mean, because we share the music out here, you know, what do you guys think about this? And I mean, my girl likes the record, you know, my friends like the record. I mean, it's just a fire record, and I would just keep following it up with videos. But one more thing I wanted to ask before we peace out of here. What about shows? I seen something, because I got a relationship with Midget as well. Were you guys doing a tour? Were you guys doing some shows together? Is that not happening anymore?
Sorry about that. No, nothing's been, as far as with Still Bagging Music, I don't have any shows with them right now, but I do have an MB Writers tour that's about to kick off.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's gonna take off. Our first stop is October 16th. Baby, hold on, watch out. Sorry, I'm gonna check myself. October 16th, Silver City, New Mexico. And with MB Riders, Big Gemini, Brown Boy, Poet, Corey Dreams, and myself. So I'm excited about that. You know what I mean? That's just, you know, hopefully we're doing it one at a time just in case, you know, with the whole COVID and everything popping up. Just we're doing one show at a time, so we don't have like a list yet. But second one that's coming up is October 24th. I'm very blessed to be on the Lowrider Super Show in Texas, Houston, Texas. Yes, I'm super excited about that. It's going to be an amazing time, so I can't wait. Like, everything's going to literally kick off in October. I got more people hitting me up for things, and like, so we're just doing it one at a time, so let's see how it goes.
Oh, yeah.
I promote up here. I just got done bringing AWACS. I brought Young Drummer Boy. Working on bringing Rich G. I brought Criminal. Definitely would like to bring him out here sometime. Yakima is very Chicano influenced.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
No, you've been out here, right? You've been out to Yakima, right?
I want to say about 10 years ago, and I think it was the Little Uno was performed that one time when I was there. It was a long time ago. Yeah. Well, maybe longer than 10. It was maybe like 15 years ago.
Did you perform at Toppenish by chance? At the
no, I didn't. It was an amazing crowd, and it was an amazing turnout. Like, I sold out. Like, I had so many fans there. It was amazing.
Yeah, because I honestly, I'm gonna just random thing. I know you worked with Chola Pinup and Chola Vida, and shout out to them. I actually I'm pretty connected to them, to Nena and Lala. You know, I know them and shit. We're from the Valley and stuff. How did that come about? Was that over here, or was that? Well, I'm guessing. Well, now that you tell me that it's been more than 10 years, it was over there in LA, right?
Yeah. No, actually, Nena had came out here for a photo shoot. Yeah. And she was telling me that she wanted to start this. Like, she was like, this is something she wanted to do. I remember sitting down talking about it, and I was like, you know what? That's a really good idea. Like, why not? Like, let's do something, because there's a bunch of girls out there that want to belong to somebody or just be around a group of girls, and there's nothing out there. And next thing you know, lo and behold, like, she had like the whole United States and everything. Just everybody wanted to be a part of it. It was crazy how big it got and how fast it grew.
Yeah, I remember how fast it grew, and I remember seeing your picture on there, you know, because we had took some photos with her too, you know, back then, and I remember seeing your photos, and I recently seen your photos. Recently, I think it was like maybe a year back or recently, right? That you took some with Midget Loco, and all you guys.
Oh yeah, she came out here. That's right. We did a photo shoot about 6 months ago.
Hell yeah, and like okay, like I know like that you guys came about together, like when you guys do that, and like you're representing like the culture and stuff, so I feel like people from the outside are seeing like that style, you know. Do you feel like how that style is coming back right now? Do you feel like some people are kind of using it without paying their respects for the people that been with that style their whole life? Because I feel like some people were never really, they were like kind of frowned upon that style, but now they're like, oh man, you know.
This question, oh my God, everybody asks me this question, and I'm gonna stick to the G code. Honestly, like I said, I mean, you know what I had to go through to wear those shoes? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know how many beatdowns I had to go through to wear my Charlie Brown? Like, you know what I mean? You know what I had to go through for my long socks? If it's just somebody one day be like, oh, that looks cute, I want to wear it.
Yeah.
It's honestly, like I said, I get it. There's trends. I get it. People like the culture. It's kind of like I said, like Japan likes our culture, so they represent it. I understand. But it's just like, to me, I mean, I guess I'm just rolling with, I'm trying not to speak so much, but I'm trying not to be negative about it. Because
as long as they respect it.
It's a sad story to me. It's a real sad, because I know a lot of homies and myself that went through things. That wasn't a costume, you feel me? Like, that wasn't something you just wanted to wear because it was cool. Like, we dressed like that because we stood for something. We did things. As crazy as it sounds to some people who didn't grow up like that, you know what I mean? It was just something with pride. What we went through, how we grew up, you know, our gang, our hood, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, if you automatically had Cortezes, automatically then you had to be from somewhere or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you go to a show and everybody's dressed like that. You don't know who's a gang member, who's not.
Yeah, for sure.
No,
No, and then you were easily fucking stereotyped and fucking put in a fucking gang file and by the
Right,
five
right
O's
away,
and
the
all
teeth
this and
out.
that and shit. And I feel like that too because I used to dress a little more, more the style and shit. And I got a little older and I was like, fuck man, I gotta start dressing different. We're getting
But we
fucking
all did that because we
yeah,
were tired of being pulled over.
yeah, for sure. I'm like, fuck man, I'm
The
just trying to
guys
go
that
get
are
me some
bald,
fucking flesh.
anybody who's bald put a hat on. You know what I mean? Like automatically. You know what I'm saying? So I get it.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
what it is, what can we do?
I know
That's cool.
Yogi's rocking the old. I was hard back in the day, but I'm a dad now. Hat now.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, you ever seen that it's like a bulldog meme? It's like a bulldog with like the fucking diaper bag and shit. Yeah. You don't know how many times I get tagged in that fucking meme, man. It's just like
Oh man. Hey, yours is a hat. I'm like, I'm a mom now. I can't wear long socks anymore.
yeah. Yeah. Damn, man. The food's still down though.
Yeah, there you go.
Hell yeah. Nah, that's dope. That's dope to hear though, but yeah, you got anything else, James? I'm trying to think. I just wanted to ask you some random questions. If you could work with anybody, dead or alive, who would you work with?
I mean, it's not, I mean, like I said, everybody has their own taste. I don't know. I mean, I would love to work with T.I. And only, not because the person he is and whatever other stuff, it's because his old, like his, pretty much his first 3 or 4 albums, it's all about hustle and grinding, that love for that motivation. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I can relate a lot to that. I would love to do a hustle grind song with him or something like that. Like that's somebody who I really, really would love to. Like that'd be great. If I could do a song with T.I., man, that'd be so dope. I would bring it like home.
Hell yeah,
You know
hey,
what I'm saying?
it could
Atlanta,
still
Cali, you know what I
happen.
mean? Hey, I'm not giving up on it yet. I'm not giving up on it yet. It'd be great, But yeah, it's just because I'm all about the hustle and the grind. I really believe in that because my father never had a 9 to 5. He never worked 9 to 5. Never. My dad would always hustle and grind and try to find, do what he do to make sure we had a roof over our head and food to eat. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I looked up to that a lot. And it was crazy because even like growing up, getting jobs, that always kind of gave me like, oh, like, no, I need to grind. I need to work hard. Like,
yeah, for sure. The 9 to 5 sucks.
But we
Yeah,
got to do it, right? We got to do
yeah,
it.
you
So,
gotta
yeah,
do
we're
what you
going
gotta do.
to
What you gotta do. Nah, hey, that's dope that you say fucking Ti. Now a lot of people I feel like would say that, and it's crazy because Ti is like one of the first people that started using the word trap, which that trap
yeah,
word that gets overused now, and it's
yeah,
like he was always really talking about, like trapping like the hustle and stuff. That's a dope one though.
yeah, definitely.
For sure. I don't know. Fuck it. I got some more random questions. You want to hear them? You guys got time or what?
I
What time is it? I got time. Let me see. I
You
think I
got
got
time.
time.
You got time.
Uh,
Coronas or modelos?
I got 15 minutes. Let's finish at 8. Let's go.
All right. Coronas or modelos?
Modelos.
Hell yeah. Pozole or menudo?
Menudo.
Indica or sativa?
Indica.
All right, let's go. A couple noodles. Chicken ramen or shrimp ramen? The couple
Chicken
noodles.
ramen.
Hell
Chicken.
yeah.
With limón and tapatio.
Hell yeah. Tacos or tortas?
Tacos.
Hell yeah. Asada or adobada?
Asada.
Maíz or flour?
Flowers.
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
it's like big burritos at the end of my plate.
Yeah.
You can't do that. I don't know. At the end of your dinner, you have a little chunk it is going in a burrito.
Hell yeah. That's the best thing for leftovers. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much all I got. I just wanted to ask those random questions. I thought we'd take it down a little different, hit it on the light note.
For sure. Yeah, no worries. This is fun. I could do this shit all night.
There you go. Yeah. No, you said you had 15 minutes. I had something that I wanted to add because you were talking about culture and stuff like that. But no, I wanted to get your opinion. So I mean, you've got other races who grew up around Chicanos, and I just kind of want to see, like, do you feel like it's a culture vulture thing, or do you feel like like they're truly influenced. Like here's a good example, right? Without kind of get where I'm coming from and then get your honest opinion on it, right?
James is asking for himself.
Yeah, no, truly. No, but it's also is a good question because, you know, it's like, see, for me, like I got introduced to all this when I was like 13 years old. You know, like when I was rapping and stuff, like nobody wanted to fuck with me, but a bunch of, you know, guys who were around the neighborhood said, hey, this weird little white boy, we'll fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Got me in the studio, got me on the show, stuff like that. And then that's where that whole, like, you know.
That's dope.
You know, like with that whole, like, you know, why I listened to Criminal, Capone, and, you know, I knew guys like Yogi back in the day. Like, who the fuck's this white boy smoking weed in the corner? Like, hey, what's up, guys? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck's going on here? You know, and so, like, for me, like, even though I'm not Chicano, and it is for me, but it's also, like, the other people, either other white people or blacks or whatever, that kind of grow up around that, they kind of take that. Because, like, my fiance wife, she's Mexican, you know, second generation. Speak Spanish, her family, all that. Like, so I grew up around, was the only white boy in any of my classes, you know, middle school, anything like that. Like, to me, I don't feel like I'm culture vulturing or anybody who truly grows up in that. Like, do I speak Spanish to the T? Fuck no. You know, most of the time, like, que pasa, way, you know, donde, say all that shit. Like, that's how I grew up growing up, though. Like, that's how I talk to people growing up. But do you feel like there's a lot of that, or do you feel like a lot of people just kind of nitpick it? It's like, for me, like, you know, I embraced it more when I came back home and we started doing shows and music. And like, for me, as a white artist, I feel like a lot of white artists do like I didn't grow up around black, so I can't be that white boy who grew up in the hood.
Right.
When I came out with an album called Get the Gringo that I'm pushing now, you know,
Nice.
And it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a gimmick, but it is kind of like a character.
It's you.
Yeah, it's me, but it's like a character of, like, you know, it's marketing, but at the same time, it's like, I guess my question's kind of going here and there and everywhere, but it's like, what's your opinion on that? Like, what's your opinion on people who get in?
I mean, honestly, bring it home. I mean, you never know. I you know, sometimes I just be randomly just going through anything in YouTube. I just want to see what's out there because there's so much out there. And I've been coming across some people that don't sound like the way they look. Yeah. People that dress a whole different level than the way they sound. It just, and I'm just like, wow. Like, the thing is, I like music, period. So I take a good liking to music. If you sound fucking dope as fuck, I don't care what you look like or how you spin. Like, you coming raw, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm feeling it. I mean, music is music. So it doesn't matter, you know.
To an extent, though. To an extent, though. Music is music to an
extent. To an extent, though.
Yeah, to an extent.
But I mean,
because if I was sitting there talking about holding cuetes in my fucking truck, that's not happening because that's not how James Brook. You know what I mean? But it sounds badass. You know, it's not. Like, I just feel like there's a line to it. You know, like if I call somebody Cornell,
there's a line.
Yeah, there's a line that hasn't been sniffed yet, and we just got to keep it, you know, right then and there. There you go. Sorry, my drug addict's coming out. I apologize.
That's all good. It's okay. No worries.
You got fucking Tourette's?
No, I appreciate that. But no, it's cool. You know, because even like Capone, he's not Mexican, and he does Chicano rap. You know, but that's a whole different conversation that we've got.
Yeah.
No mames. No, I'm fucking around.
She hit him with the Kermit.
Yeah, we'll have to do a part 2 when you got more time. There we go.
Hey, no. Somebody said pop a shot though. Somebody said take a shot. They said
I'm waiting to say goodbye. Hold on. Everybody knows every 11th of every month at 11 p.m. I go live on YouTube, and that's when I drink and give away $5 beer run money, and we just have a good time and party it up. So, so they know already what I'm about.
Well, hey, we appreciate your time. This has been one of the best interviews we've had. This is the most interactive interview we've had too, as far as comments and stuff like that. Yeah. And, we just
we weren't doing live before. We already started doing live.
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
No, on YouTube, I mean, we got thousands of views. Not to sit there and be all arrogant, but like that's YouTube shit.
That's dope, though. Yeah.
yeah, we're still building up our Instagram, so that's why we chose to go this platform. We'll put this on YouTube later, right? But you know, like we want to also build our Instagram. So Yogi and I agreed, let's try to do this.
Nice. And if I ever come out there, oh no, when I come out there, we gotta
Hit
do
me
this
up.
again, but we're gonna sit down together and record it.
Hey, I'm gonna blow you up for approval on my music anyway. So you might as well give me the number, and I might as well just bring you out here, right?
I'm ready. You hit me up when you're done. I got you. Let's do this. Let's go.
Yeah. Cheers to Bob too. What's up now?
Yeah.
Somebody in the comments said cheers. Salud, Dolly. Thank you for being
Salud.
Thank you for being on the fucking show. Everybody on there, eat. Let's go.
I'll drink a Mike's Hard Lemonade because that's all I'm allowed to have.
Woo!
Hey, make sure you guys take this out of your beer before you drink it all.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a quick way to fuck you up. Yeah. Yeah, if I say I fell in there, I'm over here all chugging, all fucking comfortable and shit. Hell yeah, salute. Damn. That made me look better. I'm gonna have to run to the fucking store real quick. Give me some liquor too, man.
Hey, Yogi, I think I found somebody who can beat you in that drinking challenge.
No way. I'm 3 beers in, dog.
Don't tell me, homie. My boy will tell you straight up that I'll drink a gang of homies.
Come on, Dolly girl. Hey, no offense, you know, but
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Never mind, James.
Don't get me started. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Flexing.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
God damn, shit. Fuck.
Don't get me started.
I just put my little Modelo away and shit.
This is not a collection, homie. They all open.
Hell yeah. The bar stays
thank
open.
you, like for real. Like for real though, much look, there she goes. There she goes. There she goes.
Somebody had put that earlier. They're like, don't get her started. I'm like, what are you talking about? Now I know.
They know. They know.
Dolly girl, we appreciate your time. This was
Thank you for sure.
This was an absolute honor. We will be doing business in the future. And we hope you
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed your time here at Barrio Boyz. Hopefully next time
I did.
a little bit more, less down the line, and we can just kind of air a bunch of shit out. I'm Charlemagne of the podcast, so I like to sit there and just stir the pot. But it's your first interview. We'll wait for that.
And my boy wants to say hi.
How you doing?
What's up? Yeah. Yeah. What's up? What's your name?
Jacob.
What's up, Jacob? What's cracking? How you doing?
Oh, he's great. We're already working on music with him too, so.
Yeah. I gotta start him young.
Very real. But thank you guys so much. Have a good night. Appreciate you. Hit me up. Let's make it happen. Let's go.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, make sure everybody subscribe. Get that like going, everybody. Appreciate everybody tuning out.
I like it.
Hey, I'm trying to figure out how to get out of here.
I know, me too. Fight.
We about to stay live forever. I guess I'm gonna stay live forever. All right, we out here.